Chapter 745, Three Mountains Over the Sea. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. Zhang Yuochen glanced at the golden rock and black dragon with a demon's heart sprawled on the ground. "Can't even take a hit," he said indifferently. His voice was calm. But when it spread, it caused a huge commotion. The monks who'd been gleeful over his misfortune now saw that Lin Yue had only used one strike to injure the two palace-keeping beast guardians of the demonic sect. Their eyes widened in shock and they found it hard to breathe. He just stabbed both the dragon and rock with one strike. How strong must that strike be? Lin Yue's battle with the three palace-keeping beast guardians took place in the micro-world transformed by the scroll. Thus, people outside couldn't determine the power of that one move. However, the black dragon with the demon's heart and golden rock were both extremely strong beasts. If Lin Yue could injure them greatly with one move, it was enough to prove how powerful he was. Senior brother apprentice Lin Yue is a crazy man who taught the demonic sect a lesson. Senior brother apprentice Lin Yue is undefeatable. The disciples of the Yin and Yang sect who'd been worried for Lin Yue were all excited by this scene. They cheered Lin Yue's name loudly. Some of the girls even bravely professed their love. They stared at Lin Yue with admiration, their hearts beating quickly. The half-saint grandmasters of the Yin and Yang sect all felt a bit relieved. They looked pleased. This Lin Yue not bad, a saint with a fiery personality praised. As expected of the man that Patriarch Te favors. I like disciples like this. If Lin Yue defeats the three beasts of the demonic sect by himself, I'll gift him a saint weapon. Another saint said, I want to accept him as a disciple and teach him everything I know. A grandmaster in the saint realm said, no one fight with me. Clearly, Zhang Yuochen's move had shown his abilities and raised the self-esteem of the entire Yin and Yang sect. This was the glory he'd earned with his skills. He's gotten stronger again. Ouyang Huan furrowed his brow slightly. He could feel clearly that Lin Yue's power had grown much more than he'd expected. How could someone cultivate so quickly? The six-clawed ghostdom flood dragon curled up on the ground and roared, prepare the battle formation. The three mountains over the sea array. The injured black dragon with the demon's heart and the golden rock were both furious. Aggressive light shone from their eyes as they shrunk their bodies to decrease their blood loss. Then they flew up again and landed to the northeast and southwest of Zhang Yuochen. The three huge beasts stood in three sides of Zhang Yuochen, surrounding him in the center. Whoosh! Thick demonic chi surged from them, connecting them all. They enveloped this space with demonic chi, turning it into a black sea. Both the black dragon and golden rock spat out stone tablets. As demonic chi rushed in, the stone tablets were activated. The array's veins shot out like black thread, converging on the stone tablets above the six-clawed ghostdom flood dragon. Of the three beasts, only the flood dragon wasn't injured. Thus, it became the heart of the array. Not only is it 3 against 1, they're also using the three mountains over the sea array, combing the three beasts' powers completely. Even if the demonic sect wins this, it won't be honorable. The demonic sect only cares about the results, not the process. With this array, the beast's powers are comparable to a first-level half-saint. Lin Yue is only in the 7th change of the fish-dragon realm. How can he fight against a half-saint? The stone tablets above the black dragon, golden rock, and ghostdom flood dragon were the mountain anchoring tablets. They were as heavy as a mountain and could release power equivalent to a saint weapon. With the help of this array, the ghostdom flood dragon's power could reach a first-level half-saint. Repress him. The ghostdom flood dragon extended a claw and pinched the air. Controlling a stone tablet, he made it fall towards Zhang Yuochen. Zhang Yuochen kept adding holy chi into the golden snake divine rapier, activating all the inscriptions there. The sword became 13 meters long as it cut down toward the stone tablet. Boom! The sword and tablet crashed. A wave of energy rippled in all directions. This hard hit only forced Zhang Yuochen back 3 steps. He steadied himself and said, the three mountains over the sea array is powerful, as expected. But Zhang Yuochen didn't know that the clash was even more impressive to the audience than before. He was only in the 7th change of the fish-dragon realm. How could he go head-on against a half-saint existence? 1 month ago, Lin Yue had displayed half-saint power against Snake 2, but he'd used the spiritual power of the Saint Lady instead of his own. Now, he was using his own power to release another power equivalent to that of a first-level half-saint. Had he really improved this much in one short month? I've really underestimated you. The Ghostdom Flood Dragon controlled the 3 stone tablets at once and hurled them towards Zhang Yuochen. Faced with these 3 tablets, even Zhang Yuochen didn't dare to be careless. He once again cast the 9-star Moon Sword, a superior class ghost level sword technique. 2 stars await the moon, 3 stars guard the moon, 4 stars approach the moon. Zhang Yuochen's sword technique kept sending the 3 stone tablets flying. After almost 100 moves, Zhang Yuochen still wasn't at a disadvantage. Instead, he became better at the 9-star moon sword, making this superior class ghost level sword technique even more powerful. The longer the battle dragged on, the worse the Black Dragon and Golden Rock's injuries. Their bodies were dyed red with blood. Their power going to the Ghostdom Flood Dragon weakened too. If this continues, the Black Dragon and Golden Rock won't be able to withstand it. We must gather all the strength and make the strongest attack. The Ghostdom Flood Dragon sent the message to the Black Dragon and Golden Rock. Shortly after, the 3 beasts raised their heads and spat out a pillar of holy chi, stabilizing the stone tablets. Purple lightning shot from the stone tablets. They spun quickly in the air, growing bigger and heavier. In the end, they pressed down like 3 mountainous cliffs. Zhang Yuochen felt the huge pressure weighing down on him. His body hunched slightly and all of his veins bulged. It was as if his body was about to burst. Powerful indeed. This attack is very strong. Zhang Yuochen didn't hold back anymore. He opened his arms wide. Staring at the 3 falling stone tablets, he cried softly, 5 elements Laxna. Whoosh. Lights of 5 different colors, blue, black, white, red, and yellow, shot out from Zhang Yuochen's body. The micro-world was divided into 5 regions. The power of the 5 elements flowed wildly through the space, disintegrating the 3 mountains over the sea array. The array started shaking as if it was about to break apart. It was powerful, but it was still part of the 5 elements. Anything within the 5 elements would be affected by the Laxna. Lin Yue can actually cast the 5 elements Laxna. Has he cultivated the 5 elements chaotic body? Both the monks below the scroll mountain as well as those already sitting on it gasped, feeling extremely shocked. The power from the 5 elements Laxna swept away the 3 beasts and stone tablets. Even Yang Huan was shocked. He stared hard at Zhang Yuochen and his tense expression didn't fade until a beat later. Lin Yue's 5 elements Laxna isn't complete, he said. Otherwise, Dragon 3, Flood Dragon 4, and Rock 6 wouldn't still be able to control the stone tablets. The older generation of half-saints sensed this too. Lin Yue's 5 elements Laxna was still missing one thing. Evidently, Lin Yue was still a 4-spirit treasured body. Of course, that was still powerful. It far surpassed the saint body. However, it was still acceptable. It wasn't as shocking as the 5 elements chaotic body. Lin Yue is the only one to have successfully cultivated the 4-spirit treasured body in the past 300 years. He is already a great talent. Ao Yi, the clan leader of the Divine Dragon and half-human clan, praised. Beside him, a half-saint said, "From what I know, a talented woman of the demonic sect also cultivated it in the fish dragon realm 300 years ago. She was undefeated throughout the world. In that time, no one of her age could defeat her." Ao Yi nodded. 300 years ago, she was the saintess of the demonic sect. She was also the only supreme monk to reach the heavenly realm. Now, she's the head of one of the demonic sect's 9 pavilions. I wonder what level she's at now. One had to mention Ling Feng, the saintess of the demonic sect, when speaking of the 4-spirit treasure body. Seeing Zhang Yuochen release the 5 elements Laxna, many of the older generation would think of Ling Feng. She was definitely a legendary figure of Kunlun's field. In the past, Ling Feng had given the demonic sect a glorious reputation. All the young monks of Kunlun's field had been repressed by her. Any talent would lose its shine before her. Who would have thought that another 4-spirit treasure body would appear 300 years later and become the enemy of the demonic sect? 9 stars around the moon. Zhang Yuochen cast the most powerful technique of the 9-star moon sword and attacked with the 5 elements Laxna's power. Countless sword chi formed 9 pillars and rushed up from the ground, The three beasts were blasted out of the micro-world. Outside of the scroll, they were repressed by Scroll Mountain. They shrunk and quickly turned into human form. Thud, thud. Dragon 3, Flood Dragon 4, and Rock 6 were all bloodied. They fell onto the steps of Scroll Mountain, crying out in pain. They rolled down. Dragon 3 and Rock 6 were the most heavily wounded. There were bloody slash marks all over their bodies. They couldn't even get up, and they rolled to the foot of the mountain. Flood Dragon 4 was a bit better off. He slammed a hand against the ground and spun in the air. He flipped up and then attacked Zhang Yuochen's abdomen, trying to turn the tides. What's the point? Zhang Yuochen's eyes turned cold. Like lightning, he sent a palm flying into Flood Dragon 4's abdomen. Crack! His body caved in and his internal organs shattered. He spat out blood. Spinning twice in the air, he flew down the mountain again. Zhang Yuochen wiped the blood from his hand and gazed at Huang Yanjun. "Your Highness, welcome."